So you can do reading inventories with the children, some sort of official assessment of a child's reading level. You don't want to do these too often. We don't want to check, pull children up by the roots and check how the growing's going too often, but it can be useful to guide your presentations and really individualize the approach to have some formal assessment of their reading skill. There's a variety of reading inventories available, and people use different ones for different things. I do encourage that once a child has developed the ability to read some, that the inventory have a comprehension element. It could be something that the child reads out loud and you analyze some of their mistakes in their reading to see if there's something significantly getting in the way. Do they struggle with punctuation? Do they do word reversals, or are they skipping words? Do they balk at certain particular words? There's a variety of things that you could watch for in their reading aloud as well. The thing to remember about any of these assessments is that you need to be sure that the adult who is administering the assessment is an adult with whom the child has a strong relationship. Research really shows that the assessment can be skewed based on the relationship the child has with the adult. I certainly know this anecdotally. When one of my children went to a new school and took a reading test, and the adults came back and said, well, she's not reading at as high of a level as you told us she was. And I'd been her teacher and I knew what her reading level was. And so I asked her about it, did you take a reading test? She said, oh, you mean when that stranger took me into a room, made me read something I didn't want to read, and then interrogated me about it? And I said, well, I guess so. And she said, yeah, I didn't want to answer the questions, so I didn't. So her reading level tested much lower than her actual ability because her relationship with that adult didn't make her want to display her capability. We have to keep this in mind with the children we work with, that the relationship plays a huge role in these inventories. So I know it's oftentimes, a resource specialist who comes in to do some of these tests in some schools. And the problem with that is just that some children are not going to be able to respond as well because they don't have a relationship with that person. So as much as possible, it should be the guide in the classroom who conducts these, or at least someone else who has a strong relationship with the child. And know that this is just a snapshot and just a tool to help you as you're thinking about how to further support this child. It's not something where we're judging the child or panicking about the child or anything like that. These assessments are simply tools to help us really individualize our approach to that child and support that child in their reading success.